Hi, it's me Jacqueline. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to the channel, then please subscribe my channel and visit my Patreon page, link in the description.
Okay, the first thing we need to do is get rid of the body hair. Then he needs to soak in a nice warm bath with some body oils that I have. Then we'll go from there. Sounds like you've done this before? No, but I know to make a woman feel good. Does he have anything in clothing that's really dressy and sexy? He has a number of things. Even a set of clothes for clubbing. No, not club clothes. Something classy and sexy. He has a little black dress with see-through sleeves and a low scooped neck. Perfect. Don't forget jewelry and a sexy pair of shoes. Just then Sam walked in the door and said, Toshi. Hi. And Angela. Right. Angela responded. What are you guys up to? You have a look that worries me. Remember you said that Samantha might come and visit this weekend? Vanessa said. Yeah. Sam looked at Vanessa a little puzzled, then at Angela, then back at Vanessa. She's cool. She wants to meet Samantha. In fact, Angela here does a great job with makeup and hair. And wants to give Samantha a complete makeover, Toshi added. Why? Sam asked. Because, honey, you are so tense that we feel that Samantha needs to visit, maybe for the whole weekend, Vanessa said. But I was going to. Was is the word. You need to relax and Samantha is the one that can help you do that. I love her. You don't have a choice. He looked at each of the three girls in turn, then back at Vanessa and said, It looks like I'm outnumbered. Right, little sister. 4-0, Toshi said. Vanessa, why don't you do the first thing we talked about? I've got a couple of other things in the car that I need. Then we can get her in a nice warm tub for a soak, Angela said, as she headed for the door. Vanessa took Sam's hand and led him toward the bathroom. He followed without question. 45 minutes later, he was standing in the bedroom, wearing only a thong, and Angela was looking him over. She said to no one in particular, This will be easy. Then she turned to Vanessa and asked, By some slight chance he doesn't have breast forms, does he? Yes, he does, Vanessa answered. She walked over to the chest of drawers and got them and handed them to Angela. Good. Has he ever had them attached? Yes, once. I've got some really good adhesive with me. So, we'll attach them again. Angela had Sam lay on the bed and attached the breast forms to his chest. She went one step further than Vanessa had and carefully went around the edges with the adhesive to be sure that they were firmly attached. When she was happy with the job, she offered her hand to Sam to help him up and said, All right, Samantha girl. Let's get you a makeover. Angela was a professional. The first thing she did was applying a heavier makeup around where the forms were attached. And when she was done, you couldn't tell where the forms ended and Sam started. Then she let Sam put a bra on. With the help of Vanessa and Toshi, Sam was given the works. His body was moisturized from the neck down. Vanessa gave him a pedicure. Toshi gave him a manicure with some nail extensions. And Angela started with a complete facial, then very carefully applied makeup. When she was done, not even Vanessa recognized him. It was a complete new look. How about a wig? Angela asked. He has one that he really likes, Toshi said. Let me see. Vanessa retrieved it from their closet. Angela held it up, looked at it, and shook her head, saying, Nice. But just won't do. Girls, what do you think of auburn instead of the black? Might work? Do you have one? Vanessa asked. Of course, Angela said, retrieving a wig from a box. It was a shoulder-length one and human hair like Sam's other one. Angela placed a wig cap on Sam's head, carefully tucked his hair under it, placed the wig on his head, and carefully bobby-pinned it in place. She spent a long time styling it and actually trimmed it a little. She stood back and said, Well, girls, what do you think? Toshi stood there, looked at what one time was Sam, and said, Samantha, you have never looked so good. Vanessa said, Girlfriend, welcome back. Angela, you did wonders. Can I see? Sam asked. Sure, Angela said. He turned, looked in the dressing table mirror, and turned his head from side to side. The three girls could see a smile start to grow on his face. He turned, looked at Angela, and said, "I thought my mom did good work. But this is wonderful." Vanessa felt Sam start to relax for the first time in a long time. "Where are we going for dinner?" Toshi asked. "We're going out," Sam asked. "If you think we want all this work so that you can just sit around the apartment. You've got another thing coming, little sister." "Sorry, sis." "Don't get mad." Vanessa said, "I know just the place, Makeover's. Do you two want to meet us there, or change and come back here?" "Why don't we meet you there around 7, Toshi said. "Sounds good to me." Just before 6, Sam and Vanessa got dressed. Both classy and sexy. Along with the dress, Sam wore black nylons, a pair of 3-inch black heels with rhinestones on them that set off the dress nicely. Around his neck, he wore a black cameo choker. On his hands, a couple of rings and a woman's watch. They arrived at Makeover's just after Toshi and Angela. As they were shown their table, those that watched them walk through the restaurant saw 4 very pretty, well-dressed young women, all dressed for a night out. As they were paying their check, Angela said, "Good, we'll be in plenty of time for the 9 o'clock show." "Just where are we going?" Samantha asked. "It's a secret. Let's leave your car here and take mine." The 4 got into Angel's car, a very new, high-end, 4-door sedan, and headed out. It wasn't long before they were pulling into a pay lot and walking down the street toward a couple of clubs. "We're not going to Ziegfeld's, are we?" Samantha asked. "What if we are?" Angela answered back. "I've heard that some drag queens don't like crossdressers, and it can get ugly." "Who's a crossdresser?" Me." "No way. Stop fooling around. Look, there are 4 girls here. Me, Toshi, Vanessa, and you. And I dare anyone to prove different. In fact, if I wasn't taken, I'd hit on you myself. There's something between my legs that says different. And who the hell is going to see that?" "No one but me had better see it," Vanessa piped in. "See, no one is going to read you as anything other than a girl. Besides, the queens here are nice. I've never heard of any problems. So, would you relax and enjoy yourself?" "I'll try." The 4 paid the cover charge and somehow found a table. They ordered drinks, sat, and people watched for a while. Angela said to Samantha, "See that girl over there?" "Yeah, guy." Samantha looked a little closer and said, "You're right. And so is the one standing next to her." "You're good." At around 9, a very good drag show started and ran till about 10:30. Some of the girls were done up in very heavy makeup and some looked very good. Most of the show was the girls lip syncing to recorded songs. There was one girl that actually sang, and she sounded really good. Our 4 girls stayed till about 11 and then headed back to pick up Vanessa's and Samantha's car. As they pulled into the restaurant parking lot, Toshi said, "I know it's getting late, but do you mind if we stop by the apartment and talk?" "Sis, you know you're always welcome," Samantha said. On the drive home, Vanessa was quiet. And as they parked the car, Sam asked, "Honey, is something wrong?" No, I don't think so." The 4 walked into the apartment together and into the kitchen. As Vanessa, Toshi, and Angela sat, Samantha fixed tea and served it. Toshi's comment was, "Little sister, you're becoming very domestic," which got her a glare from Samantha. As Samantha sat down, he said, "So, what's up, sis?" "Angela and I need to talk to you guys," Toshi said. "It's important, and we feel that you guys are a good sounding board. You and Angela are an item, right?" Vanessa said. Yeah, but how did you know?" "Just a guess after Angela's comment." "What comment?" "When she said to Sam, in fact, if I wasn't taken, I'd hit on you myself." I knew she wasn't talking about Sam, but Samantha. "What do you mean an item?" Sam asked. "You're lovers. Right, guys?" Toshi looked at Sam with tears in her eyes and nodded yes. "You're gay?" Sam asked. "Not really. I'm bi," Toshi responded. "And Angela?" "Yes, she's my lover." "How? Remember when we met her at the club, when we went clubbing that one time?" "Yeah." "And she took us home?" "Yeah." After she dropped you and Nessa off, she took me home. But when we got there, we sat and talked for a while. One thing led to another, and she kissed me. Not on the cheek, but on the lips. Then, and at that time I didn't know why, I kissed her back. A long, deep kiss. Over time, things got deeper and deeper, and we became lovers. We needed to tell someone, and you guys are. Well, you guys are just wonderful, and we hoped that you would understand. What about David? That's part of the problem. He doesn't know. And I still love him. Angela, of course, knows this and understands. What about Mom and Amy? No, that's the other problem. I just don't know what to do. I need your help. Yours and Nessa's. You two are very special to me, and I love the both of you. And I can only hope that you understand. Sam sat back in his chair and sat there, looking at Toshi for a long time without saying anything. There was a look of concern on Toshi's face. She wasn't sure how Sam was taking this. Finally, Angela said, "You hate me, don't you?" Vanessa said, "No, honey. We don't hate you. I think Sam is trying to figure out the best way to approach this." Sam nodded yes. And finally said, "Sis, you remember that you told me that I needed to be upfront with Nessa about my crossdressing? Uh-huh. I think you need to be upfront with everyone, Mom, Aunt Me, and David. That scares me." "Why?" "I'm afraid that everyone will abandon me." "Little sister," Vanessa said, "your mother loves you very much. She will probably be hurt at first, but she will eventually understand. The same with your Aunt Me, and I think you know why. David, on the other hand, I don't know how he'll take it. It just depends on his makeup and if he's willing to share you, like it appears Angela is. How about you guys?" "Sis," Sam said, "we've been through a lot together. And we're here for you." "Yeah, it was a shock just now. And I don't know why I didn't sense it. But you love who you love. Can you love two people the same, at the same time, probably? But we're here for you no matter what." The four sat and talked for a long time. Finally, Toshi said, "Angela and I had better get going." "Honey, it's 3 a.m. Vanessa said, "Just stay here tonight. I'll make Sam get up early, call Mom, and tell her that we were out late. And we made you stay here." "Oh!" From the frying pan into the fire, Sam quipped. Vanessa hit him in the arm. "I'll be going then," Angela said. "Angela, you're welcome to stay, too," Vanessa said. "You mean that, sis?" Toshi asked. "I said it. Didn't I?" "What about Sam?" Toshi asked, looking at Sam. "No problem here," Sam answered. "You guys are the best." Sam and Vanessa let the two girls have the bedroom, and they cuddled on the couch. Sam didn't sleep much, but sat and tried to figure out how his mom was going to react. About 7:30 Sunday morning, Sam called his mom, told her that they had gotten back late and that they insisted that Toshi spent the night with them. About noon, Toshi wandered into the living room. Sam and Vanessa had been up for a short time and were just talking about some breakfast or really lunch. Sam was still in full Samantha mode, breast forms, wig, and all. Toshi and Vanessa decided that they would cook for the four of them, and Sam headed off to the bathroom. Vanessa asked, "How long have you felt that you've liked girls in that way?" "I'm not sure," Toshi answered, "but I do know one thing." "What?" "I felt something for you. Something more than friendship. But I knew that there was something special between you and Sam, so I didn't push it." "Was I the only one that you felt that way about?" "Yeah, until we met up with Angela and she came onto me. And we just clicked." "You mad?" "No. Maybe a little flattered." "Really?" "Yeah. It's nice to know that you're loved." "You're not." "No. But I've always wondered why I felt about Samantha the way I do." "Have you ever done it with Sam completely dressed?" Angela, who was standing in the kitchen door, said. "Been eavesdropping?" Vanessa said with a little anger in her voice. "Sorry, but I couldn't help it. To answer your question, no, we've never done that." "Might be interesting?" "What might be interesting?" Sam asked as he walked back into the kitchen. "Oh, what Mom's going to say when we tell her about Angela and me," Toshi replied. "What do you mean we?" "I was hoping that you and Nessa would be there," Toshi said, with a hopeful look on her face. "That would cost you plenty. It would be worth it." Over breakfast they discussed when to tell Masumi about Toshi and Angela. It was decided, the sooner the better. Toshi decided that she would tell her mom and Aunt Me that night at dinner. After the dishes were done, Angela was going to take Toshi home. And as they were leaving, Vanessa gave Toshi a hug and said, "Everything will be fine. We love you." "Thanks, sis. I love you guys too." Vanessa even gave Angela a hug, and Angela whispered, "Try it." Sam hugged his sister and said, "We'll be there for you." And Sam then hugged Angela, who whispered, "You really do make a very pretty girl." Sam actually blushed a little. On the way back to the apartment, after dinner with Masumi, Miyuki, and Toshi, Vanessa and Sam were talking. Sam said, "That went a lot better than I thought it would." I wasn't surprised. Your family is very supportive of each other and are willing to accept people for who they are. Your dad and you are a case in point. And I think by your mother's reaction that she may have suspected something. You think she did? I wonder how David is going to take it. Your mom is a very perceptive person. And I bet it's hard to hide anything from her. When's she telling David? One day this week. I'll bet we get a visit soon after. Why? I just have a feeling it won't go well. Oh! Sam and Vanessa arrived home shortly before 9. And as they were walking into the apartment, Sam said, "Honey, will you help get these forms off?" No. Why? I want Samantha tonight. You want Samantha tonight. What brought this on? I don't know. I just want to see what it's like to be close to you as Samantha. All right. But why? It's about the only thing that we've never done when you've been Samantha. I've kissed Samantha, hugged Samantha, cuddled with Samantha, and gone out with Samantha. And I want to see what it's like to share an intimate moment with Samantha. Samantha offered Vanessa her hand, and she took it. They walked into their bedroom, kissed deeply, and a while later they laid there cuddled together, and Samantha asked, Well, what? What was it like to share an intimate moment with Samantha? Interesting. Different. You were actually softer and gentler than when you're Sam, if that's possible. I guess it's just more of your feminine side coming out. I didn't care for the forms. I couldn't play with your chest. But on the other hand, it was interesting playing with them. They feel almost real. But then, when we were connected, and I looked up, saw Samantha's face, but knew that it was really you. Now that was different. I could tell. Oh! You were also different. More. I don't know. Just different. Bad different. Oh no. Good different. You just seemed to want more kissing, touching, and such. And also it seemed that you wanted to give more. You're right, it was different and interesting. They kissed, cuddled together, and fell asleep. The next morning Vanessa was up before Sam. She had a day off from school, and he had only afternoon classes. As she was fixing them a big breakfast, Sam joined her in the kitchen. He was still wearing the wig and breast forms, and there were remnants of makeup on his face. She turned, looked at him, and said, "Girlfriend, you need to learn to brush your hair when you get up. You look a sight." Sam felt his hair, and it did feel like it was a tangled mess. He said, as he walked back out of the kitchen, "I'll be right back." He was back, just as Vanessa was putting breakfast on the table and asked, "Is this better?" "Much better, love." And she gave him a kiss. As they were eating, Sam asked, "So, you really liked making it with Samantha?" "Yeah. She's got nice breasts. They do feel real," Vanessa answered with a grin. "How do you know if they feel real?" "I got a pair of my own to compare them to." "You want me to get real ones?" Sam quipped back. Vanessa got a surprised look on her face and said, "No way." "Good. I like the removable kind myself." "Oh, God." "What? Did Angela give you the remover for the glue she used?" "No." "Don't you have it?" "No." "I'll call Toshi, and hopefully she can get a hold of Angela." Sam called Toshi. She said that she would try and get in touch with Angela and call him back in 15 minutes. About 15 minutes later the phone rang. Sam answered it. "Hello." "What? You're kidding." "I hope." "That's better." "Half an hour." "That's fine. You'll pay for that." "Yeah. Love you too. Bye." What was that all about? Vanessa asked. Toshi playing games. What? She told me that Angela was out of the remover, but that it would break down in a week or two and they would fall off then. Nice. But I could hear that little bit of laughter in her voice, so I figured that she was giving me a line. And I was right. Angela will be here in about half an hour. On Wednesday, Sam and Vanessa were sitting in the den studying. Ever since the weekend, Sam had been a little more relaxed. And Vanessa would look over at him every once in a while and smile. She figured that if she could bring Samantha out more, that he would really start to relax. At a little after 7, there was a knock on the door. Vanessa went to answer it. She opened the door. It was Toshi, and the tears were streaming down her cheeks. Vanessa hugged her, held her, and let her cry. Sam finally walked over to the door, saw who it was, and asked, "What's wrong?" "I don't know. She was standing here crying and hasn't said a word," Vanessa answered. Vanessa carefully helped Toshi into the apartment and to the den. She sat with her on the couch and just held her. Sam was at a complete loss at what to do. It took Toshi a long time to calm down to where she could even begin to talk. And all she could say was, "David. I told David." "You told David? You told David about you and Angela?" Vanessa asked. Yeah. I was afraid of this." "Of what?" Sam asked. Vanessa hushed him and just held Toshi. Sam sat down and put his hand on Toshi's shoulder. She turned and looked at him. Her eyes were red and the tears were still flowing. She wrapped her arms around his neck and continued to cry. He just held her. Vanessa got a cold cloth and wiped her face. Finally, she started to settle down. "Honey, what happened?" Vanessa asked. I told David about Angela. And he just looked at me and said, "I never want to see you again." And walked away from me. I ran after him, but he wouldn't even look at me. I kept trying to get him to talk to me, and he wouldn't. Finally, he stopped, looked at me, and said, "I loved you. And you cheated on me. Not with a guy, but with that slut Angela. A girl. You love a girl. You're nothing but a slut. I want nothing more to do with you." He turned and walked away. I watched him for a minute. Then I ran all the way here. "Oh, honey, we're so sorry. What can we do?" "Just what you're doing. Just being here. You know we are." Toshi curled up on the couch and fell asleep. Vanessa said to Sam, "I'm going to call Mom and tell her what happened. And that Toshi is spending the night with us." "Good. I hope I never see David again. You calm down. They hurt each other tonight, very badly, and Toshi doesn't need that right now. Sorry. Get the Afghan from the closet and cover her. I'll call Mom." After that night, Toshi and Angela became closer and ended moving in together. Toshi's family completely accepted the relationship. Vanessa was able to bring Samantha out more, and Sam became his old self. More relaxed and more sure of himself. They went back to having regular girls' nights out. Some of them with Toshi and Angela. On one outing with them, Vanessa was talking with Angela about nothing in general, when Vanessa said, "I tried what you suggested." "What was that?" "Share an intimate moment with Samantha." "I figured that you would." "That's so." "Yeah. I could tell that Samantha was a turn-on for you." "It's not hard to tell. Just looking at your face when I did that one makeover gave it away." "Did you like it?" "Uh-huh. Only do it once?" "No. It's become almost a regular part of our lovemaking. Especially after a night out like this one. And we had to get another set of breast forms. The glue is hard on them." "Have him get implants." "No. We've kidded about it. But I still need to have my Sam." "You'd still have him, but with something added." "No. I love the all-male him, as well as the almost all-female her." "That's a shame. He makes such a pretty girl." "He does. And it's fun changing him to her." "I'll keep it that way." And her prefers it that way. About a month later, the 4 girls had been out again and had returned to Sam and Vanessa's apartment and were sitting at the kitchen table talking when Vanessa said, "Toshi, do you want a niece or a nephew?" "Huh? Does Aunt Toshi want a niece or nephew?" "Nessa, you're pregnant?" "Uh-huh. About 4 weeks." "What?" Why didn't you tell me? Samantha asked. I just did, silly. How long have you known? I just found out yesterday. 8 months later, Vanessa gave birth to a pretty little girl. She went on to finish her master's degree in education, and a little over a year later, she had a second baby, another girl. Toshi went on to get her doctorate in mathematics, and she and Angela became active in the lesbian community. Sam earned his law degree and eventually joined a Washington law firm that took on the harder cases, the ones that no one else wanted. He came out to his law partner as a crossdresser, and the partner didn't have any problems with it.
Please subscribe for the next part and visit my Patreon page for early access.